All right, Shalom. Giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone of rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. As you can see on the screen, I have some topics, or a topic that Biden has to face when he gets into office, and that's with Iran. Now we know Iran is a heavy player in this World War III. Pretty much algorithm, okay? A lot of countries want Iran. What is it that they produce? Uranium, I think, something like that, which produces heavy military weaponized weapons, which is nuclear missiles. Okay, so it says Biden team considers options on nuclear deal, right? Because we know, while Trump has been in office, he's put a lot of sanctions on Iran, specifically dealing with nuclear weapons. Now you can see, as it says, President-elect said he will return to the 2015 nuclear deal, but path ahead is fraught. What people don't realize, this devil has always been behind the scene, and I'm speaking about Biden. This devil has always been behind the scene. Whatever nuclear deal was set in 2015 was during the administration of Obama, when Obama was in office and Biden was in office. They had set a deal pretty much with Iran, and I'm going to read some of this article and show you pretty much some of the stipulations, or if that's the right word, of that deal. Okay? Let's see here. Where am I going to start? I'm going to read quickly. It says, on the virtual campaign trail, U.S. Democrat presidential candidate Joe Biden promised to rein in tensions with Iran with an approach that he argued would be instantly distinguishable from Donald Trump's. Mr. Biden's would be the smart way, quote unquote. It says the quip formed part of this argument that Trump's hardline approach was the sanction after sanction after sanction after sanction. Okay? And usually a sanction is in the terms of Esau, it would be a rebuking. Okay? You get rebuked so many times, you're gonna want to be like, fuck it, man. Stop talking to me. Okay? You're always in someone's, down someone's throat, man. That shit gets annoying to the other individual. It's like, man, back off me. Okay? It says, withdrawing from Obama-era nuclear accord between Iran and global powers, piling on punitive sanctions and coming closer to war. Right. Okay. The way Trump went along with things was slightly aggressive. Okay, when it came down to policy. All right. It was his way or the highway. Simple and plain as that. And if you didn't want to do it, he'll just slap a sanction on you. That's why it was such a big-ass trade war between the United States and China when Trump was in office. It was a sanction after sanction slapped. The U.S. will slap a sanction. China will slap a sanction. U.S. will try to top that sanction. Same thing going on over and over. Another thing that Trump did, I know this is not speaking about Iran, but he furthered on the pretty much the beating on Venezuela with new executive orders that would come out, which really, when you look into Obama's 8-year tenure, he slapped a lot of things on Venezuela, a lot. And after, you could see how Venezuela turned out after the Obama administration was out of office, and Trump continued that. Okay, it's the same thing he was doing with Iran. All right, but Iran is stubborn, and they were like, man, F your sanctions. It says, I'm gonna continue reading. It says, had momentaneously backfired, putting Tehran just a few months away from having enough nuclear material for a bomb. Right, that shows you what. That they didn't give a shit about them damn sanctions. Iran didn't. All right. I'm going to read the first part of Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Make up the mighty, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Right. The main focus on that is prepare war. Iran said, I don't care about them damn sanctions that Trump's putting on us. We still gonna do this. Okay. So continuing, it says Mr. Biden said he will return to the multi-party 2015 deal that limited Iran's nuclear program. Right. As long as Iran also returns to strict compliance as a starting point for follow-on negotiations. Now, I want to stop right here and just skip all the way down because I read this whole thing. And pretty much this whole thing is... I'm going to put, Lord willing, I'll put this in the link so y'all brothers can read it. From what I got from it, Iran is done with talking. Okay? Iran is done with talking. Now, it says, if you go back to... Biden saying if we go back to the 2015 deal, we can start negotiations again. But I'm going to just scroll down in this article. All right. Let me see if I can find it real quick. See something here. Bear with me, y'all. One moment. Right. Okay. It says Iran has previously said that it would not compromise over its strategic. I cannot pronounce that for the life of me. Strategic. Thank you. Regional and military policies. Notably, its support for Lebanon's Hezbollah and missile program. Says this nuclear agreement is done and sealed off. Iran has repeatedly said that the nuclear accord belongs to the past and cannot reopen for new considerations. You see that? Iran is done talking. Okay? When you go back up in the beginning of this article, well, what it said Biden will return to the multi-party 2015 deal. And what? It says a starting point for follow-on and negotiations. We just clearly read, man, this is done. It's sealed off. I don't care about this no more. It's in the past. All right? Biden's want to go back to 5 years ago of that deal. Iran is done with that shit. They're done with America. Okay? Iran is completely irritated, just like every other nation is. And here, there's another one, something I want to read here too, because it speaks about the UK, France, and another nation, I think Germany. Okay, right here it says, since Trump has abandoned the deal 2 years ago, the European signatories, France, Germany, and UK, have tried to keep it alive. Now, Trump has clearly made it to where I don't want nothing to do with that deal anymore, but these three countries do. That shows you that allies are not with America. They're trying to keep that 2015 deal alive. It says, and Mr. Biden's advisors have been clear they will work out a joint approach with European powers over the U.S. return to the JCPOA, the initials by which the deal is known. And y'all can look up the JCPOA. So you can see right there, man. I know Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, talks about, pretty much the hooks will draw them back. But according to, and you can apply that to the allies of America too. Them hooks are drawing back like, man, fuck you. I can't stand America. Y'all always trying to do something. Okay? So going back, it says, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Right, Iran is like, I'm done with this. It's wartime. As you can read from that article, Trump was very close to going to war with these countries, okay? Via all the sanctions and the little charges he was putting on them and things of that nature, restrictions he was putting on him. The premier, man, get out of our country. You don't own us, okay? This is the 10th year of the Syrian war over there. Started all the way in 2010, Well, who was in office in 2010? Obama. That's when the inception of this started. Another Democrat. Democrats love to go to war. Okay? Democrats love to go to war. The Syrian war started during that time. Trump not initiated it. He furthered on the pretty much the sore. Okay, when you have an open wound and you like stick your finger in it and it stings and hurts. That's what Trump did in his presidency, in his 4 years. Okay, he provoked and poked at the hornet's nest. All right. Now the weak are saying, I am strong. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being picked on. It's like that kid who's always getting bullied in school and one day just gets pissed and beats the shit out the bully. Or, like white people, little white kids like to do, go to school with a goddamn gun. Yeah, they crazy, man. Okay? So it says, verse 11, assemble yourselves. Right. That's why you have like I said, Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, it speaks about the assembling of these other nations. Okay? With Gog and Magog, Meshach, Tubal, all right, Turkey and all them, because it speaks about Gomer. Okay? All these other nations are going to league with one another, okay? And those are the weak nations that say they're strong. That's why you have the BRICS nation now. And who are the two main strong nations within that? China and Russia, okay? And who's in league with Russia and China? Iran. They've been stockpiling with S-400 missile defense systems and things of that nature from Russia and disregarding the American technology. Okay? Verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves. Right. Psalms 83 is an assembly against the Israelites. Well, guess what, Esau? The same thing is about to be happening to you. They're going to have a confederacy and a league against your ass. Okay? And even yourself will have a confederacy against yourself. All right? It says, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right. They're gathering themselves together. They're assembling themselves. They're calling themselves strong when they used to think they were weak. They're building up their nuclear missiles and their weapon arsenal. Okay? And they're going to gather themselves to the final battle. Okay? And ultimately assemble themselves against America. But the final battle is going to be somewhere. It says, verse 12, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, which is the valley of judgment, pretty much. Yahweh's judgment. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. It's a great plan by the Lord. Because, hey, shit, I get to just judge y'all all at once. Instead of going here and there and there. Now, just come over here where I need y'all to be. And we're going to judge. Okay? In the midst of that, there's going to be a war that's popping off. And you can see it. Syria, Turkey, Iran area. Lebanon just got attacked a few months ago in Bruit. Okay? Israel and Gaza are going at it. That's in the valley of Jehoshaphat right there. That's where our land is. Okay? And things are starting to happen. And that's where all these nations are gathering. America's over there. Russia's over there. China's over there. Okay? These troops are stationed over there to fight. Okay? All right? So going back to this deal, Biden is a devil, man. All right? He's going to go right back to this 2015 deal because what? He partook in this deal. He was one of the ones who set up this 2015 nuclear deal with Iran. So he's going to go back to what he had set up initially. That plan is simple. And you niggas voted for him. This dude is about to wreak havoc. He's going to bring all hell to this place. And rightfully so, because that's what America deserves. Okay? The grave, hell. All right? I'm going to read this paragraph. Talks on an expanded deal to cover Iran's ballistic missile program and regional behavior might be way off. Iran has increased its nuclear activity in response to Trump's punitive measures. But Tehran has insists it is committed to the deal. Analysts say it is possible to envisage, if I'm saying that correctly, compliance for compliance, calm for calm, or freeze for freeze. It says measures in which both sides move back to the terms of the deal over time and avoid confrontational behavior in the Middle East. Man, that's not going to happen. It's going to get hot. You can see it already. Iran has pretty much doubled their nuclear arsenal since Trump. Okay? Things are happening. Biden's going to bring this, man. His policies are going to bring hell. You can already see he's already talking about mandating masks everywhere you go, mandating vaccinations, free healthcare, meaning it's easy accessible to get a vaccine, okay? To get everyone to get vaccinated, okay? Then he's going to raise the taxes on the people. People already don't got money as is, and you're going to raise taxes because that's the only way you can pay for free healthcare via going back to 2008 to 2016 during the Obama administration. He tried to bring out that Obamacare. It failed miserably because he had to heavily tax the people to pay for the Obamacare. It ain't work. People couldn't even afford the Obamacare. It was too expensive. Backfired heavily. The same thing's going to happen now, except he's going to tax the hell out of these people. And that's what you people voted for. Hey, it goes back to the same thing. I might do that a lesson for another day because it kind of inspired me just now. The spirit there, call Allah Yahbashimi Al-Shai. That goes back to the book of Samuel, chapter 8. I want to say chapter 8, 1 Samuel 8, where it talked about the children of Israel wanted a king over them like all the other nations. And Samuel prophesied to him, hey, man, y'all want a king? Well, this king's going to do this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, King Saul gets pretty much put into elected as the king for Israel. Man, I'm talking about he did. You just read about it. I'm going to do a lesson on it, Lord willing. And that's what y'all got. I think he took all substance, taxed people, and all of that. But that's what they asked for because they wanted a king. You see? And that's the same thing you people are going to get, especially 2/3 Jakes who voted, man. You know? So Lord willing, this was edifying. Just get some current events on what's going on, especially over in the Middle East, since all this election stuff is happening. Sometimes the Middle East geopolitical things get overseen and, oversought or whatever. Okay? So Lord willing, is edifying. I'm going to put this, this article in the description below. But I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. It's your brother Kasha Qual. Until the next time, Shalom.